What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of awesome duels for you guys to check out, especially this first one that has a pretty epic pop-off using some of the fairly new cards that have been revealed over the last couple of months or so. And yeah, Raid Raptor Last Tricks, still a busted card. I think Konami is not going to give us that card in a TCG, much like Needle Fiber, because they realize how damn stupid that the card can be. And this is one of those duels that shows you the possibilities if we ever get that card. Who knows? We are getting the scrap link. So he's going to start off with some of the Lunar Light cards. These have been combined with Raid Raptors for forever because Raid Raptor Force Tricks just requires like 2 level 4 monsters. It can be any monsters. Translation, Lunar Lights make these cards very easily. Now he's going to go ahead and special summon one of his laniest monsters. Go straight into the Wise Tricks. I think Konami's biggest screw up with this card is the fact that it can be used as link material, because in the OCG, and I still don't understand why they don't play this card, why it doesn't really do anything. Maybe it has to do with Maxi plus Nibiru all in one format, but the fact that this can go into Rusty Bardiche is like just ridiculous. It's so much advantage. It's so many essential, it's so many like disruptions turn one. Obviously, we don't have Rusty Bardiche in the game anymore, but it's fine. We still have crazy plays we can do with the card. He is going to go ahead and start pulling back some of those double L's from the graveyard, go into another Force Tricks, and man, you should not be able to use this card as link material. This is broken. He's going to set the Soul Shade Force. Usually that's pretty simple for Raid Raptor players because you pull back the first Force Tricks in your graveyard and you make a Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is one card Infinity is pretty damn good. Pay half your life points, but it's fine. Now, even if we didn't have Rusty Bardiche, guys, this is what you can do. You can go into the Submorg Link Monster. Oh my god, this card, I swear to goodness, if this becomes like an actual engine, that would be so crazy. Submorg Link Monster is just ridiculous. I've been tooting the horn of this card since it was revealed. At this point, he's going to go into some Time Thief plays because he still has all of that rank 4 fodder. He can obviously go into a couple of rank 4s here. He's going to go into Time Thief, the Time Thief Redoer, and the Perpetua. This means at the end phase, he's going to get his Samorg Bird of Kings. That'll get him the Wind Barrier statue. I told people that this would be nuts, man. Just bring out the Wind Barrier statue. No special summoning unless it's a wind monster. And now, since he has Perpetua on his field, he can actually equip a trap or a spell card from his deck. So even though he wouldn't have a way of stopping, I guess, like a random monster from attacking, if he puts a trap like Flyback on his Time Thief Redoer from the deck, then he actually can just, spin the opponent's monster that's trying to attack. He has negation right here in Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then he also, like, these monsters can't be targeted as well. I don't know, he probably, like, shouldn't he have summoned the barrier statue to this monster zone, because you generally would want it to have the targeting protection just in case of like impermanence, which you can negate impermanence with Infinity, but then what if your opponent had like evenly matched plus impermanence? You want to have all your bases covered. He's going to try to resolve his Mothman, and then he just realized, oh wait, I can't special summon it because it's not a win attribute monster. So basically we're just gonna have to go and scoop it up. So his opponent obviously isn't doing anything there. He had a trap, and he also had a spell under his Time Thief Redoer, so there was no way he was going to be able to get around that. Second duel is going to be something significantly different, and he's playing some Gusto. So you know what? If this guy was in the last duel, he actually would have been perfectly fine against the Wind Barrier statue because the entire Gusto archetype is Wind attribute. So yeah, if this guy had matched up, maybe he could have done something. Anyways, Rockets are up first. Going to go for that Striker Dragon. I think he is going to go for Savage Dragon here, and Savage Dragon will equip the Striker Dragon from the graveyard. I don't know, I feel like he could have made maybe like a better board. There's a Savage Dragon getting the Striker Dragon back. Problem is, this Savage Dragon only has 1 negation because Striker Dragon is a link 1. So yeah, I don't really know if you're that afraid of a Borreload Savage Dragon that only has 1 negate. Feels a little weak. Now he is going to make a Furious Dragon as well. That gives him at least another way of interacting with his opponent. It gives him a pop, so that's not bad. It's not like a terrible turn 1. I don't really understand what this Gusto player is going to do. He got the perfect out. Once I saw him top deck the Kaiju, I was like, oh man, this is perfect. All he has to do is just Kaiju the Savage Dragon. His negation is gone. Then activate the Lightning Storm, kill all the monsters on this opponent's side of the field. And I was basically like, you're good at that point. 2 cards and you've wrecked your opponent's entire board. He's not going to do that. He's going to activate Lightning Storm and then Kaiju him. I just didn't understand that at all. I was like, why did you do the play in reverse? You could have broken his entire fire board. Like, that didn't make any sense. He's gonna go for Borrelsword Dragon. Unfortunately, a lot of these Gusto monsters do float when they are destroyed by battle, so he's able to replace his monster. And, you know, these Gusto monsters, battle is not generally how you want to take these cards out. You generally want to, like, spin them back to the deck, or you want to bounce them to the opponent's hand. He is playing Magical Midfield Breaker, I guess maybe to try and make sure his opponent can't target his monsters. We'll see if that does come into play. Actually, yeah, it does. He instantly puts it on the field. I believe he is going to try to pop that. He is going to drop his copy of Digusto Spears. How the fuck do you pronounce this card? Anyways, this card is always a card that I consider a very troll card because it can't be destroyed by battle, and it makes it so your opponent takes any battle damage that you would take. So it's like the win condition of Gustos is kind of troll. You generally have your opponent with a very big monster, as he has a couple of them, and you take a bunch of little Gusto monsters and you ram them. You basically just suicide. You kamikaze them into your opponent's big monsters, knowing that they float upon battle usually, and your opponent takes the battle damage. So yeah, this is the card that is kind of the catalyst. He will destroy the Magical Midfield Breaker, so I guess, you know, targeting protection is back online, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't have any negation. He has no ways of stopping these attacks, and these little Gusto monsters are little, so you can see as he rams them into the Savage Dragon, not only do these monsters float, but his opponent takes a ton of damage. Like, even though he's the one with the bigger monster on field, this guy says, nope, your opponent takes the damage instead of you. So he's taking 2,800 every single attack, and at that point, you generally only need a few attacks. I think that, yeah, Kaijus definitely make sense in the Gusto build, because even if your opponent doesn't have a big monster on field, if they're playing something like Sky Striker, it's a way of forcing a big monster on your opponent's side of the field. And I think that the Wind Kaiju makes the most sense because the new Wind monster, like she's basically like Cynet mining for Wind attribute monsters. So it kind of makes sense to play that Kaiju in particular. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.